So this was the movie that Spielberg chose to direct over doing Indiana Jones 5. And listen, Spielberg is literally the inspiration to me loving movies and becoming a movie director one day. And when I heard that news, I was like, so he's gonna do a remake of West Side Story. His first remake, his first full-blown musical. Why did I have any doubt in this man? West Side Story stars Ansel Elgort and Rachel Zeglar and is about an adaptation of the 1957 musical West Side Story, which explores forbidden love and a rivalry between the Jets and the Sharks, two teenage street gangs of different ethnic backgrounds. During lockdown last year, I decided to go buy and watch and review every single Spielberg movie known to man because Steven Spielberg is literally like the man I love in the movie industry to death. This is the man, Spielberg. If he makes a movie, I am there no matter what the movie is. And these past decade, he's made a lot of bio movies, Oscar kind of movies, and they did Ready Player One, and people really loved that, and it was different and blockbuster. But listen, this man can do anything because he's already done it all. So for him to just take on probably the biggest task that he's ever done in a very long time, remake the classic West Side Story, the 1961 movie, which I've seen a few times in my life. It's been a while since I've recently watched it, but this movie was more of like the musical of 1957, with also being a remake of the 1961 movie, and he did this for his father, I believe, who passed away, and he wanted to make this movie for him. It was supposed to come out last year, then delays, and all this kind of stuff. And I have to tell you guys right now, this is a film. This is a film. This is going to be studied. This is going to be a definition of like a good musical, because these past few years, especially recently, because this year alone, we have gone so many musicals, and some of them have been very original, different, and I've really enjoyed those movies. Beginning with my pauses is, of course, Steven Spielberg as a director. Flawless. Give him a nomination for Best Director right away. I honestly, right now, would give him the Oscar. He blew me away. This is something that he has always done in his movies. I've always studied how he makes movies and what he does with frames, how long he uses scenes. It's pretty amazing. And what he does in this movie, for remaking a classic movie, like a movie that won Best Picture 60 years ago, and for him to do this, and to make this movie, and to make it feel like a 1960s, 70s musical. I mean, this is a definition of a musical. You have your great character development, you have your story, and you have a great musical pace to it, because it is almost a 2.5-hour movie. So for this movie to be that long, and for me to be able to sit there and I could watch it again. I could continue watching it. It's all due to the great excellence of the direction by Spielberg, the editing choices, the long shots that are like 40 seconds long. You don't realize what he does from left frame to right frame and how he connects these scenes to make them one scene. Movies nowadays don't do that. They do set up the shot, there's the shot, cut, two different cameras, maybe three. Who knows? Spielberg lets it breathe. There's a scene in a school where they're dancing. I'm telling you, there's at least 5 shots in this scene where it is just pan left to right, pull back, pull forward, and it's all in the same frame. Spielberg is a master class in directing. The movie looks gorgeous. I know some people don't like the style he's looking nowadays. Since Minority Report, he's going for lens flares galore, and it's in this movie. And I think that grittiness, the dirty look of this movie helps it so much. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, that old movie, it's classic. It's kind of a movie that could be remade because the original one is a classic movie. But it's also could be cheesy. And with this updated version, I think people that don't know the story and don't know what happens, this can become a classic to them, because I will say this movie is better than the original. The performance by Rachel Zeglar, Ariana DeBose, and David Alvarez, all 3 of these performances should be considered for Academy Awards, especially Rachel Zeglar. I can't say her last name, I'm really sorry. She plays Marie in the movie. she's 20 years old and she's about to become a megastar. That voice should not be in a 20-year-old, but it is. And wow. Just wow. Her voice, her singing, every time there's a musical note in this movie and she is singing, there is nothing but breathtaking. Just watch and listen to her. She is a star. She's amazing, and she should and possibly could win it. I'm not going to say it for sure, but she should be nominated for Best Actress. She stole this movie, and the supporting cast, like I said, those two supporting characters who are obviously her brother in the movie and the wife or girlfriend of the brother, those two, outstanding. I think both of them should be nominated for supporting actor and supporting actress. Both of them are excellent. The choreography in this movie is flawlessly amazing. I mean, I could literally sit there the entire time and just watch the choreography, the blocking of the scenes, the soundtrack, the music. This movie felt like a 1960s movie with that great gritty look and that look and the feel, and how this movie develops its characters. I mean, these two groups, the two different ethnicities that we're seeing on screen, the groups alone get a definition of a character development. Everyone gets their moment to shine, and it gets the great impact of this ending. Of course, I won't spoil it because I know a lot of people don't know the ending of West Side Story. Now, I'm going to be honest, I really don't have any big issues. I don't really want to talk about Ansel Elgort because you bring him up, we gotta talk about what he's done in real life, but I'm not gonna do that. I do think out of everyone in this entire cast, he was the weakest link, but I don't think his singing voice was bad at all. I think him and her singing together was really beautiful, and that romance together really worked for me. But again, I am not talking about everything that's outside of his career. I'm talking about his performance in this movie. And I thought he was fine, but out of everyone, he actually was the weakest, because sometimes his accent would go in and out. That's my only little nitpick. Besides that, this is a fucking film, guys. This is a film. This is a musical definition classic. I adored this movie from beginning to end, and I don't know why I even doubted Spielberg, but he did it. A musical, a remake, he can do anything he wants. He is an amazing director, and this movie might just go and win that Best Picture award. I am going to give West Side Story an A+. You do realize the last time I gave an A+ to a new movie was Marriage Story back in 2019. It makes me so happy to say that Spielberg was my first A+ in that long of a time period. Go and see West Side Story on the biggest screen possible. This is a film. It has character development, great music, great choreography, great acting. This is a definition of a film, and I loved it. Spielberg, man. You can't doubt this man. He is the greatest director of all time, and I love him to death. But I want to hear your opinions down below. Did you like this movie more than the original? Did you like the original more than this one? Are you going to go see this movie? Because I'm telling you, you should. Anyway, guys, enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.